Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. A fantastic show ahead. We're going to tell you about a wonderful podcast on today's show. Dr. Paul Roumeliotis is joining us on the show. He is the Medical Officer of Health for the Eastern Ontario Health Unit. He's going to give us an update on the, of course, restrictions being lifted. We're going to tell you about Harmony House, a fantastic organization here in our city. But we start off with David Godsoe. He is the executive chef, food and beverage director with Restaurant 18, the Clarendon, Social, and Side Door. David, welcome to the show. Great to see you, pal. And must be, exciting. Last week we heard the news that, of course, restrictions being lifted, and for the restaurant industry, it couldn't come soon enough, right, David?
Oh yes, thanks, Derek. It's certainly good news, and we're excited to start returning to some form of normalcy here at the restaurants here in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about, because I mentioned, Harmony House on the show. Francesca is going to be joining us shortly. You have a wonderful partnership over the past few years with Harmony House. Tell us a little bit about your history with Harmony House.
Yes, this will be my fifth year participating. I believe it's my fifth year participating with Harmony House in some way, shape, or form. I remember when it first started. I was a young chef doing the event with my mentor Michael Blackie, and really didn't know quite what I was getting into when I first went. And I remember being absolutely floored listening to the testimonies from some of the women and the impact that Harmony House has had on them and getting them out of really difficult situations. So every year that I get the call from Sandra, this year Francesca, to participate, it's an absolute honor to be a part of it.
I love it. Well, let's talk about you're part of this foodie kit. So it's a wonderful fundraiser, I believe Francesca is calling it, which I love.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, I think it's a brownie, a decadent brownie, and you're going to show us that recipe today on the show.
Absolutely, that's what I have here. I'm in my home kitchen here. I like the last couple of years. I think we've all pivoted to sort of a virtual world, but obviously for this fundraiser, we're doing more of a virtual event. So we're doing having to sort of tailor it a little bit differently. So what we're doing, our contribution to it is going to be a nice decadent dessert. So what I'm making today is sort of my version of a brownie. For me personally, I love super fudgy brownies. I don't like really cakey brownies. So nice. I'm just starting with about 240 grams of butter and 200 grams of sugar, 200 grams of brown sugar, a little bit of vegetable oil. And this is something that, you'll see, I know our segment's only about 5-6 minutes long. It's amazing how quickly you can make brownie batter at home if you're trying to do this, for your family or want to have a nice quick snack. Yeah. It's, I know I'm excited doing this, just getting preparation for the show. I've been made a batch of brownies earlier today.
Nice.
So my house smells amazing. I mean, me and my fiance are excited to snack on some brownies later, and we'll bring some into the restaurant when we're done this. So in my bowl here, I've got some butter, there's 2 sugars, 4 eggs, a little bit of vanilla, which I don't know if anyone's been to the grocery store lately, but vanilla is incredibly expensive right now. But
really,
so I got to use it kind of sparingly. I'm not entirely sure why, but all I know is I ordered some the other day at the restaurant, and they told me they gave me a warning. They're like, "Oh, just so you know, chef, it's gone up by about 200%." So
holy cow! I'll have to look into that, figure out why that is.
Oh, exactly. It's been crazy. But one little tip that I like to give people, the viewers at home, when making a brownie, is to obviously sift your flour, but also to be careful not to overwork it. You really just want to add your cocoa powder and your flour, and just mix it enough so that it just comes together. And that's kind of how you can guarantee you're going to get the most efficient mixture, a nice fudgy brownie. And then when it comes to cooking it, I just cook it at nice 350 degrees, and you want to go no longer than. And you can go anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. I like to go on the lower end and keep it nice and fudgy. If you cook it that full 45 minutes, you're going to get more of like a cakey type brownie. So,
right.
Just like that. That's basically it. Now I'm mixing my cocoa powder and my into my butter mixture there. Okay. And I'll just transfer it into a pan, and that's all she wrote.
Nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about the restaurant group, because I know you have some exciting things. Let's get some updates. Let's start with features with Clarendon. What have you got? What's happening down there at Clarendon?
Well, yeah. So Clarendon, we recently, just before Christmas, we actually took over and expanded into the space next door, and we've opened a little bit of a cocktail bar, kind of an offshoot of the Clarendon called the Hyde, and it's going to be
Nice.
offering late night drinks on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Nice craft cocktails. We have a wonderful bartender named Jeff who's there slinging cocktails late at night. So we really wanted to kind of expand on that and give sort of add to our portfolio of restaurants in the market so that we had more of a late night offering for people. So that's something we're really, really excited. It's a beautiful space. It was actually a fun little pandemic project for Peter and I, as well as my
Oh,
brother-in-law
nice.
Nick. We all got together during the last time we were locked down and put our construction hats on and started that process of building this restaurant. So it was we're quite excited for it.
Yeah.
Couple new news over at Side Door. We recently said goodbye to our longtime chef, Ben Lenderville. He
Okay.
decided to sort of step away from the industry, and we're really excited to have promoted from within Luke, who's now taken over as the chef, and now I'm involved with him and just kind of helping him transition into his new role as executive chef. So it's really exciting. We're changing up the menus there, and obviously, with getting back to easing the restrictions, it's super exciting at all the restaurants to really hit the ground running, and can't wait for April.
Yeah, no kidding. And then the courtyard patio gets to open up down there too, right?
Oh
As we
yes,
get closer to
yes,
spring and summer, that's just a wonderful. And there's the finished product in front of us here. Looks absolutely
yes, right here.
fantastic, David.
So again, like I don't
As
know if
I
you can
said,
see that on TV there, but it's very very dense and nice and
yeah,
um, chewy brownie. And I'm just
it
gonna
looks
plate this
perfect,
one up, kind
David.
of like what we would do at the restaurant. I don't know
Right,
how we're doing for
David.
time here, but
Just unfortunately, we've run out of time, but really appreciate you spending
ah,
time with us. We'll tell you more about Harmony House coming up after this.